China Speed is powered by China Academy. So this is a series of webinars. So for each episode, we will be featuring one guest from either from China e-commerce marketplace or MCNs or the KOLs or social media platforms, etc. So the first episode was with Tmall Global. So we invited the business development manager from Tmall Global to introduce how to open shops for overseas brands on Tmall Global platform. And the second episode is about travel in retail industry. So my name is Miro. I'm from China Academy. So I'm the host for today's webinar. And just before we start, this is a few some information about this webinar. So today, this webinar will last for around an hour. And during the webinar, please mute yourself and also turn off your camera. And this webinar is being recorded. So we will post a replay video on our website within 48 hours after this live event. So if you miss it, or if any of your friends want to check out this webinar, you can ask them to check it on our website after this event. We will post a replay video. If you have any questions for the guest, please use the chat tab. So you can type your questions here, and yeah, we will answer them at the end of the webinar. And for any other queries, you can just contact the speakers directly. So I believe the speaker will leave her email at the end of this event. So today, this webinar is about the travel retail industry. So we are very honored to have Stephie from Jessica's Secret with us. So Stephie is the Business Development Director of Jessica's Secret. And we know that travel retail industry is a significantly important channel and also a booming channel for many brands, including beauty brands, fashion brands, and luxury brands to reach Chinese customers. But now, because of COVID-19 and the global travel restrictions, people can't go out to travel. So we know that travel retail industry is facing a serious challenges. So today we will discuss how will COVID-19 affect the travel retail industry and what's the future of travel retail industry. And also how can Jessica's Secret help our travel retailers and also our foreign brands to recover from this epidemic. So so first, I want to thank Stephie for joining us. So I'm sure many of you have heard of Jessica's Secret, this app, or maybe you have already used it before. I myself have been a user of Jessica's Secret since several years ago. I use it every time when I go to Japan or Korea or Europe to travel. Before I go to travel, I will search on Jessica's Secret to see where can I get the best deal or the best discount, or search for some shopping guide. So just in case anyone is not familiar with Jessica's Secret, so please, Stephie, could you introduce yourself a bit and also a bit about your company first?
Thank you. Thanks. Sure. Thanks so much to Miro and China Bow and also China Speak and for inviting us, me and Jessica Secret, for today's sharing session. And we are honored to be here. And thanks to all the audiences for participating in our session today. And I hope everyone could find something interesting and informative to you. And probably if you are interested in any paging further details, and please reach out to us. Yeah, let me share my screen and okay. Okay, is my screen like full screen slide right now? Is it working? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Thank you. So for those who are not really familiar with Jessica's Secret, as you probably may heard about our application before. So firstly, I am Stephie and from Jessica's Secret. I'm taking care of the business development department. Jessica's Secret was established in 2015 by Mirko Wang, who is our CEO of a company. And for users, we have the words-only outbound traveling price comparison app, so which enables the users and to compare the product prices in different locations for free. Yeah. And to business partners, brands, and retailers, and we provide intelligent competitor price monitor system, and which enables them to compare and see their competitors' prices in real time, which is very handy and useful for them. And also to business partners, as you probably may heard already, and we are the developer and third partner operation service provider of King Power's duty-free Chinese official websites. So we provide the comprehensive IT service as well as the e-commerce service. We were reverted as the best use of mobile in 2019 by the Moody Dividend report. Apart from above, Jessica's Secret has been keen and also committed to become a big data provider in travel retail industry. You may probably could tell from our joint release of Jessica's Secret Index with the Moody Dividend report every month. This index provides a valuable reference to brands and retailers for their marketing, merchandising, and inventory plan. Okay, let's go to the next page. Sorry, the image was blurred, a bit blurred on my PC. So Jessica's Secret, so as I just mentioned, the biggest feature on our application is the price comparison. So on the left part, and you can see as the main feature, basically users, they can view all the prices in different shops at different locations. Which I need to be highlighted right here is the little coupon icon right here. If this store or this brand has the discount or promotional campaigns going on, and then the users, they could see the coupon icon and click it and landing to the coupon detailed page, so where they can collect and redeem in stores. So how many users we do have so far, and also thinking since 2015 to 2019, we have 1.8 million users right now. 1.8 million doesn't really sound like a big number comparing to the whole population in China. But if you think that these are the people who are holding the passport and traveling internationally, and then you will think, okay, it's not a bad word. It's not a bad number though, because we help you to zoom in and to help you to target the precise group of the customers for our travel retail peers. Okay, so on this page, this is the function that we actually added last year in 2019 on our application, which is actually just like a price grading system. This system gives the users a reference with just one glimpse if this price in the store is a great deal or not. So the scale is from 0.1 to 10. If the score is close to 10, and which means this price is pretty good, and which means it has a great deal. If the score is like close to 0.1, which means it's a little bit pricey right here, probably you should check out some other places.
But this system is also real time, right?
Yes, it's also in real time. Yes, exactly. And this one on this page is our other features. As you can see on the left side, it's on the destination page. On this page, we give some recommendations to our users as the lowest prices products recommend users to buy, and also, which is quite brutal, to retailers, the highest prices products, we recommend them not to purchase right here. Okay, and also, in the middle part, it's our exchange rate parity. We all know that UnionPay, Alipay, and WeChat Pay are the most popular payments in China, and we help our users to compare with the exchange rates updating, and help them to compare the rates and tell them which payment is the best to use at the moment. And the last part is the scan and compare feature. So we have integrated like a quite big amount of UPC codes in our database, so which enables our users to scan the barcode in stores and to see all the prices all over the world. So speaking about database, you may probably wonder how much is our data coverage. Now this page will tell you. Our data covers over 60 countries and regions and more than 900 stores, 900 stores. So which includes duty-free stores and department stores and also brands' official websites. About our users, the demographic part is definitely is the interesting part for everyone. As you probably may predict already, most of our users are female and also millennials. They search a lot of the cosmetics on our PNC products on our application, but however, we still do have like a certain portion of male people, and they are searching about liquor and alcohol and spirits. Next page. This page shows you where are our users distributing in China. As you can see, the first one is provinces, and Shanghai, Jiangsu, Zhejiang, Beijing, Guangdong, top five provinces. About city distribution, you probably would think Beijing was probably the first one. However, we can tell from the data, Shanghai and Hangzhou, they rank the top two cities for our users. They have quite like strong purchasing ability though. The next one is our regions distribution. What is the difference with these two charts? The first one is pre-trip. So when users, they are still at home and planning their trip, and they tend to use our application to make some purchasing plan. So that's why you can tell China ranks the first one, because China, we have Sunrise and CDFG, and customers, they will enter and exit. It's like at least twice. So they will definitely want to compare the prices with the Sunrise and CDFG stores. The second one is on trip. So when users, they are on their trip, they are still using our app to check out the prices. Japan, UK, Thailand, US, Australia, and ranks the top 5 cities. Top 5 locations, sorry. Okay, and about what kind of like brands or like, let's say, products are popular on our application. A lot of people, they were thinking about people who are using Jessica's Secret and they like to compare prices and probably are quite poor in China. However, this data shows you, and all our users are searching for Louis Vuitton and Gucci, Chanel, Estee Lauder, Lamar, etc., which means they are quite high in society.
And it's very interesting. They are all luxury brands.
It's true, yeah.
Does it mean that people just want to buy luxury products when they travel?
This is actually like a habit like for Chinese people, and just to compare prices before purchasing anything. And the second one is the most clicked duty-free stores. As predicted, Sunrise Shanghai and Sunrise Beijing are still the top. The top 2 are the most popular one for us, because yeah, they have quite competitive prices, as we all know, and also the users, they can pass by for the stores like more times than other locations. Okay, so
yeah,
I think
very interesting figures of your user.
Thank you so much.
Because I see like you mentioned, like top 10 brands, I think most of them are luxury brands, and also the users, like 80% are millennials, and I think most of them are in tier 1 and tier 2 cities like Shanghai, Hangzhou,
yes,
Shenzhen, etc. Yeah, yes. So that's actually very interesting, and 72% are female. So it's very female millennial targeted app.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So so our topic today is how do you think the COVID-19 will affect the travel retail industry? So how do you think this crisis affect your company and also affect this whole industry, and how do you think it will change after this crisis?
Okay, I will share something later. Thanks for the question. So everyone is asking how has COVID-19 changed us? So what's the definitely answer is staying at home. I think everyone has been stuck at home for a pretty long time. And there is a disclosure saying it takes like 21 days to form a habit for everyone. But if you Google it, and you probably will find some controversial results. But which is absolute is 21 days is definitely enough to form to leave its mark of one behavior in future. So people are spending a lot more time on the internet than Euro and during quarantine. Yeah. So what are people's concerning about on the internet in China? Let's take a look at some numbers. So according to the 45th China Statistical Report on the Internet Development, by March 2020, and China's internet users have reached over 900 million. So, and the huge number of the internet users actually have laid a solid base for the development of the digital economy. So what are they concerning about? What are they doing on the internet? The first one, definitely online shopping. By March 2020, China's online shopping users have reached over 700 million. So comparing to the end of 2018, and the increase was about 16%. The total number accounting for over 78% of the country's total internet users. So apart from the online shopping, and users are still spending a lot of time on entertainment, such as short video, live streaming, net music, and e-games. Also, definitely online education. Yeah, plus everyone was concerning about the confirmed cases every day about coronavirus. Online news was definitely a new plus for them during this time. On this page, you can see this is the China's top 20 mobile apps and MAU the monthly active users year-on-year growth in March 2020. So in March, WeChat, QQ, Taobao, Alipay, TikTok, China, which we call it Douyin, continue to rank as the top 5 among China's top 20 mobile internet applications. And it's worth noting that the MAU of TikTok, the last one right here, grew by over 300% year-on-year and entered the top 20 list for the first time, mainly because of the rapid growth of the online office demand and during the quarantine. As I just mentioned, all of our users are Chinese outbound travelers. So you probably may wonder what is the situation about on our application, right? As predicted, our users dropped dramatically, and you can see we compared the data for in last half year, and our total users dropped by 57%, which actually indicates the huge impacts on the outbound traveling.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yes, it's like a significant decrease there. Yeah. So with all those impacts, and what is the behavior change of users? A lot of experts, they predict that people will do some revenge consumption after the COVID-19. According to a survey, actually, about 66% of people, they said they will save more. So which means, and we can tell that consumers are becoming more and more sensitive with prices. And our traveling form is changing from country to county. So before we are like to travel internationally to some other countries from China, but right now we definitely prefer traveling just to suburb cities around your places, around your cities actually. So over 90% of the respondents of survey chose to travel domestically. Still, people are still quite reluctant to be in contact with other people, so they are still trying to refrain from non-essential proximity. Consumers are still trying to keep some distance from other people, especially the still stuff in stores, because they are contacting and meeting a lot of different people every day. So more than 78% of people, they still shopped online during this epidemic. Last but not least, the first wealth is health. More and more people are realizing how important our health is, and they have really strong awareness to build up a stronger immune system in future after COVID-19. So we all seeing all those chains, and how is our travel retail industry tackling with the chains right now? So these three phenomena that we have already seen already. So the first one is the in-store hygiene. This is the definite one. You need to maintain your staff's health, and also to keep all the overall environment clean and with a good hygiene situation. And the next one, as I mentioned, people are getting more and more sensitive with the prices. So this is actually predicted by brands and retailers already. So we could see a lot of like promotional and marketing campaigns going on, such as KOL endorsements and push, flash sales and combo discounts, GWP, new launch, etc. And last one is the accelerated digitalization. We all realize how important the digitalization and technology integration in our businesses. So I think a lot of our industry peers are striving to integrate more technology and more digitalization into our businesses.
Yeah, I agree, because I think digitalization is actually what all brands and all retailers are thinking of now, how to digitalize the business. So that's why people are launching more online marketing campaigns, because they can't do anything offline. So they have to do a lot of really attractive online campaigns to attract the customers. So let's talk back. How can you, Jessica's Secret, help this global travel retailers and brands to recover from COVID-19?
Okay, thanks very much for the question. It's actually a very good question that we have been considering about. And what we could do, we're trying to try our best and to help our brands and retailers for the recovery. So firstly, as we all know, that brands and retailers, they will definitely launch a lot of like promotional campaigns for the recovery of after the COVID-19. So right here, and Jessica Secret will relaunch our complimentary promotional information exposure plan in July very soon. And we actually piloted with a few brands like last year in Q4, such as Shiseido, For Real, CPB, as you can see right here, and also Pernod Ricard, Feda, and last one is the Bacardi. And they have been shared us some positive feedback, and we know that this campaign will help all our brands and retailer partners and to target to their precise group of consumers and to help them to deliver all their promotional news to them. And
so you're acting like a channel to deliver these messages to your users.
So basically, this is on our application. We already have this coupon list already on our destination page, and also in different placements in homepage and destination page, and also in the price comparison placements. So it has actually multiple entries for these coupons. Once the retailers and brands, they have all their promotions existing in the stores, and they can share us all the information. We help them to distribute on our application, and users when they check out, for example, when they check out For Real Luna prices, and then we will show up, okay, there is Luna is doing some campaign or discounts or GWP in Sunrise or CDFG, and they will just click the coupon icon, and then they will land to the coupon detailed page to collect the coupon. So on this page, more details will be revealed by the end of this month, and we will relaunch this campaign in July. If any of our audiences are interested to knowing more, and please feel free to reach out to us, and we will get contact with you and to share you more information. The next one, as I mentioned, everyone is realizing how important digitalization in business is right now, and we are, as a comprehensive Chinese e-commerce service provider, what we could provide is we will we could help you to establish your e-commerce site with a very low initial fines. So which means if you are going to build your e-commerce, you don't really need to pay the whole development charge at the first stage. You just need to show us like your determination with a small initial fund that we know that we're going to work together, and we will help you to build up the channel and also the e-commerce side, including PC end and also application mobile ends, includes iOS and Android. So when the business resumes and when you start to make any revenue, and then the rest part of the development cost could be covered by then though.
So this is like an e-commerce site of the travel retailer, like a duty-free shop.
Yes.
And you can also support like WeChat Pay, Alipay for Chinese customers. So it's like they are shopping on Taobao.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Okay. So when they need to pre-order, when they are going to travel to other places, and they will just pre-order on their e-commerce sites, and then they will pick up at the store. So in the example right here, the images are is the official site of King Power Duty Free that we built for King Power Group. The first page, as you can see, this site has been rewarded as many rewards already, and the most recent one was by Moody Dividend Report as the best use of mobile app, because we also have the application. And also apart from this, except the King Power official website, there's something else I want to share right here. This is a King Power's cross-border Chinese e-commerce. So probably you may wonder, the duty-free was closed during the COVID-19, definitely, because not many people are traveling around internationally. But with this cross-border Chinese e-commerce, we never stopped the business during the COVID-19, because users, they are able to order on this site, and King Power, they could deliver the Thai domestic products delivered to China directly. So which is like you are purchasing stuff on Taobao, as Miro just mentioned. Yeah. This one also has.
So King Power, they do the cross-border shipping, or you do the cross-border shipping?
King Power, they have the connection with the SF Shunfeng Express, so they will deal with that. If any of our retailers, they are not familiar or don't have the contact with the retailers and with the express, we can help for just establishing everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's very convenient, because even though they can't open a shop, they can still sell everything to the Chinese customers.
Exactly. And a lot of people are searching for Thai domestic products on Taobao, or they will find some other daigous. But right now, you don't really need to find any daigous. You can just purchase Thai Haitao. Yes. On the right side is we were actually trying to do the live streaming, and still going on live streaming for Thai Haitao to activate the private traffic as well as expand the customer base. It has been like quite popular, and the average, I think the average views was around like 30,000 to 50,000 per time. Yeah,
that's actually not so easy, because you just started to do the live streaming. The numbers are actually a lot.
Thanks. I think everyone is quite interested in Thailand's local products, like mango, and a lot of they have quite many popular products over there as well.
Yeah, and live streaming is actually the hottest trend now in China, and everyone is asking, how can I do live streaming? Like, do you only do live streaming by yourself, or do you also work with KOLs, like to include your products in the KOLs live streaming?
Okay, so speaking of KOLs, we all know like during this time, and retailers and brands, we just been through a very tough time, and KOLs are very expensive. We all know that the prices. If you want to find like a KOL who has a big traffic, and you will probably spend a fortune on it. But with like this special circumstances, and we have our internal stuff, and to do this live streaming, and then to save more costs and then we can still also do the things, and also to build our own kind of like resources.
Yeah, so how do you plan for the live streaming? Like, how often do you do one live streaming, and like how long does it last? It lasts for, I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hours, and how many products do you introduce for each live streaming, etc.?
Oh, okay. So we have like a team and planning for live streaming every week. We have the live streaming going on every week on Friday night at 8:30 p.m. So it lasted for 2 hours. So before the live streaming starts, and our team, they will choose the products they will live stream this time, and then to have all the products listed, and to send like a preview to like a poster as I showed right here, and it's like a preview for all the subscribers and users to tell, okay, if you are going to purchase this one, or you interested in buying any of those, please come to our live streaming online session, and then you can get some nice, good, like really good coupons, and to place your order. And
So on
all
which
those
platform, sorry,
sure.
on which platform do you do live streaming? Like on Taobao, Douyin?
Right now we are doing 看点直播
On
and
WeChat.
yes, and also
WeChat.
last week we started to do it on Taobao for King Power Thailand official store on Taobao. Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is very popular.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone wants to know how to do live streaming.
Yes, this is actually exactly that I would like to tell everyone. If you have the e-commerce, and you definitely could link the live streaming with your e-commerce sites, which means your any offline business won't really affect your online business.
Yeah, because after you have this e-commerce site, you can actually do a lot of things. Like you link it to your WeChat official account, to your Weibo account, and then you can have a lot more options to do online campaigns in China instead of just having offline. Yeah,
exactly. Yes. Okay, I will continue. So speaking about, we have been talking about a lot of like e-commerce. So what are all the advantages of e-commerce, of having e-commerce? As we can see right here, I listed some. Marketing in advance. You can really talk to your consumers in advance before they travel to the location, and also mobile shopping. And with any restrictions of like room, places, and the users, they have more choices, and they can place order anywhere with just like a mobile phone. Purchase with a wider range, as I just mentioned, and expression spread via social networks. As Miro just mentioned, you can actually really share your product information to all channels, social platforms as WeChat, Little Red, and other Weibo, and other platforms, etc. So let's take a look at the trends we can see from like in the past few years. E-commerce is becoming more and more popular, and it's a big trend of travel retail industry. So COVID-19 is actually just like a stimulation. It actually accelerates the change of e-commerce. Yes, the change of the e-commerce in travel retail industry. We can see already a lot of like travel retailers in travel retail industry have on their e-commerce already, such as King Power Duty Free and Sunrise, Hainan offshore and duty free, and other Xinshige, and also Sheila Lotti, etc. Okay, and how are other e-commerce reacting in the COVID-19 era? So let's take a look at it in different stages. And at the initial stage, we all know that the e-commerce lasted much longer than the offline shops, and they achieved more cash inflow. Also launched new products released during epidemic. I'm not sure if you have heard about the Hermes lipstick launch. Actually, just at the initial stage of the outbreak of COVID-19, it went viral in online for all the e-commerce sites. and it attracted more traffic. And it could also implement in promotions to ease the burden on the inventory timely, because during the COVID-19 we have a lot of stocks for retailers, and they are having the trouble to sell all of them because all of these they have validity. So if this expire, and they won't be like valuable as before. So during the mid stage, you could, with the e-commerce site, and you can maintain online traffic and regular exposure to your customers. And also you can implement the promotions and home delivery service for loyalty members, such as Sunrise and also CFG. Connect services with live streaming selling. We just mentioned that, and avoid severe economic loss. So in the post-COVID-19 stage, easily you can resume your business remotely, and also to keep customers updated with all your latest launches and promotional campaigns, etc.
Yeah, I agree, because I think it's important to keep the customers engaged, even though maybe your shop is closed now, they can't come to your shop. But during this time, you still need to, have some online activities to engage with your customers. Just let them remember, okay, after maybe when I can travel, I will go to your duty-free shop or something. Yeah. So during this time, maybe even if you can sell, then maybe you can have some, I don't know, home delivery service or build an e-commerce website or something. If you can't sell, you still need to engage with your customers.
Exactly. So, yes. Very true. Yes.
Yeah. So after you have shared all of this, like how can you help with this travel retailers and also brands? Maybe you can share with us some case studies like you did before for them, for brands and also for the retailers.
Okay, sure, no problem. I'm happy to share all those brands, like the history cooperation with brands and the retailers. So since 2017, and some world's top brands as Shiseido, Estee Lauder Company, and Pernod Ricard, L'Oreal Group, and they have started to advertise on Jessica's Secret app, and they have been received quite positive results. And so some of them has been already our constant customers, such as Pernod Ricard and Estee Lauder, L'Oreal. So we are quite grateful for that. And next page, let's see some examples right here. You can see right here, the first one is the open screen. We also call it pop-up, and also homepage banner. This one is the destination page banner. Next one. This one is the Pernod Ricard year-round brand zone. This one is the very exclusive campaign with Pernod Ricard, and this what I mentioned, that they have been a constant customer of us. And next one's the pop-up, and the last one is the push. So when the users, then they are using their phone, and they will see the push, and then they will click that, and they will jump to the application page. So those are above are just like some cooperation with brands and how we cooperate with retailers. So before conventional model that we take commission from retailers, and we just help them to distribute their coupons on our application. And right now we are promoting like new models as the new model 1 and new model 2, as you can see right here. The first one as new model 1 is the discount plus cashback. We have been doing this with King Power, Average, and Kicks in Japan. So King Power last year, King Power's over 60% of online traffic was brought by Jessica's Secrets. So which means you already could tell that how much like online traffic we could lead to retailers. How we do the cashback, I will give like more details on the next page. And the last one, the second one, new model 2, is the optional discounts. If the retailers, they can offer us the best discounts among all channels, and we won't really take the commission, and we will help you to distribute your coupons and give it like a lot of push, and also promote it on our application for free. Yeah. Okay, so how we do the cashback. On this page, I will tell you. So for example, King Power cashback, right here, and this is on our homepage banner. If we're doing the cashback campaign, and we will give a lot of push on it as well. When users they are going to join this campaign, they can click the banner, and then we'll link to the registration page, and you can click to register, and then you will need to just fill in some of your personal information. We won't really disclose to everyone, just for our internal use. And with all this information, and we will confirm your consumption, your transaction number, and then to get the cashback to your Alipay accounts, which is very useful, because a lot of people are using Alipay and they can use the money to purchase online anytime.
So do you handle the cashback, or do the retailers handle? Like when I'm buying it, yeah, do I get the cashback in the store or after I come back?
Okay, I got your question. So we have been talk about cashback campaign with quite many retailers, and the first impression of them is no, it's quite hard for us to do the campaign, because brands, they will notice that, and they will complain that we are giving too much discount on their brands, on their products. So however, don't worry about that, because the whole cashback thing is handling by Jessica's Secret team. So the retail is nothing it's not like any business with the retailers. They don't really need to have that burden on their shoulders. Our team will handle the cashback when users they purchase, and we have integrated collected all their information, and they will confirm the transaction number, and then our team will do to transact the cashback amount to their Alipay account.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the next part is our self-developed system, which is called Jessica's Pricing AI Tracking System. I actually mentioned it in the first page of our general introduction. So this system is actually the tool that enables all the brands and retailers, our business partners, and to compare their and track their competing products and shops prices in real time. So with this tool, you can see unlimited amount of shops and SKUs as you just desired. So on this page, you can see right here, for one single item, you can see the different prices in different shops. And also when you click that view trends, next page, right here, and you can see the price revolution, also including the historical prices. So the earliest prices right now we integrated was back in October 2018. You can see the price trends and change in different times. So you can also change the currency right here. So far, we have integrated 7 different currencies, and so more to integrate in very near future. You probably may wonder, with all this data, how can you share within your team and do the secondary processing? This tool supports to export into spreadsheets in multiple formats. And actually, you can choose your own formats that you think which the information is the best for you to use.
So this is to track your competitor retailers, to track their price, and then you can set your own price.
Yes, you can have a great reference for your pricing strategy.
Yeah, I also wonder, is it possible for a brand to track the price of the single brand in different travel retailers? Is it possible?
Of course, yes, for sure. So for example, right here, you can see my example. The second page is the spreadsheets. So this is we actually exported an Estee Lauder, one single item, and you can see the different shops retailer right here. They have Hong Kong and Shinseji and CDFG and Sheila in different shops. You can see all their prices: retail price, discounted price, and tax-free price, and the optimal price, which is discount plus tax-free price.
So it's actually very helpful for the travel retail department of this brand.
Yes, we actually have already have some subscribers already. So
Okay.
for an NDA confidential causes, we cannot really reveal their names though.
Okay, so yeah, that's very interesting cases actually, because I think the data part will be very interesting for me. If I'm a brand, I definitely want to, get more data from like the pricing of other travel retailers, and also the data from the Chinese tourists. So maybe just one last part is, do you have any like final tips to the brands or any travel retailers? Like, yeah, if you
Okay.
have a few tips you can share with them.
Yeah, yes, right, definitely. So this is a quote that only two things can change a woman's mood. The first one is I love you, and the second one is 50% of discounts. As a
That's
woman,
true.
as a lady, that I can tell you it's true. It's definitely true. So our final tips to brands retailers to do something with the price right at the moment, and especially in the post COVID-19 era. And a lot of like users, they are really concerning about the prices, because many people are losing their job and or even got like a deduction on their salaries. So prices is really important. And also, second one is the GWP. So a lot of like brands or retailers, they think GWP, they won't really get discounts for it's not really appealing to customers. However, we all know that in China, like a lot of daigous, and then they have a lot of GWP, like gifts, like travel size gifts from brands when they purchase a lot from an asset counter, and they will keep some for self use, and also a lot of them, and they will just resell it on Taobao. So which also will bring them a big part of revenue. So GWP is definitely attractive as well. Last but not least, yeah, as I just mentioned as the first page, and Jessica's Secret has been always trying to become a big data provider in travel retail industry. So we suggest our industry peers and to do all the plans based on the data. So if you are interested in any data that I showed, or any data you probably think we could provide or help, and please feel free to contact us, and we will do anything that we could help for your business. So
Thank
all
you.
those thank you. And our CEO and CEO Merkel's email address, and also my email address are attached here. If you have any questions or are interested in knowing more, or if you want to share some collaborative ideas with us, please feel free to reach out. Thank you. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you. Thanks for your sharing and presentation. So next, we will be in the Q&A session. Actually, I have a question first.
Okay.
Because we know that Jessica's Secret is like a price comparison app for the tourists when they shop in the duty-free shops or department stores. So how important do you think price, this factor, is for Chinese customers? Because I know, do you think it's the most important factor to affect whether I will buy it here or not? Or do you think there is any other factor? Or maybe if I'm a brand or I'm a travel retailer, if I can't compare with others on the price, how can I attract my customers?
Oh, okay. This is actually a very interesting question that we have been asked by multiple times by some other travel retailer or some other peers. So when Chinese users, when we are traveling, are you really looking for the lowest prices products to purchase? Yes, but if you're going to Japan, but the lowest price, probably something Estee Lauder eye cream or Lancome Genifique eye cream you want to purchase in Japan, it's not the lowest price, but it's only the lowest price in Korea. Are you just changing your traveling plan to Korea instead of going to Japan? Not really, right? So our traveling plan was actually fixed on also like planned far before our trip. And so I think all of our users and Chinese consumers, they are trying to find like price distance, that the price range distance, and that they could accept. So for example, and you're going to buy something like 100 kwai in Japan, but the lowest price in Korea is just like 80 kwai. But the original shelf price in China is 130. But you're traveling to Japan, you're not going to travel to Korea to buy the 80 kwai one. You definitely will go to Japan. And so because this range, you think the 30 kwai, 100 to 130, that you can accept it. It's not too expensive.
Buy in China. So
yes.
You would think that, well, it's already some benefit.
Yes, exactly. So we're not looking for the lowest price destination to choose to go. Okay, I'm going to buy this thing. It's the cheapest way over there. I will just travel there. It's not true, right? We choose our destination first, and then to check out to plan our purchasing plan secondly.
Yeah, I agree. So maybe let's see. We've already received some questions from our audience. So first one is, how do you generally collect data from the vendors?
Okay, so thanks for the question. We actually have like a self-development system to capture all their data from the e-commerce sites. But probably a lot of people, they were asking, is it allowed? But like all those prices are displayed on their e-commerce site for everyone to take a look at. So yeah, we just collect all this information together and to integrate together and to show users for a better use. Yeah.
Okay. But do you also connect to some of your retailers, like connect to the system so you will know their price?
Yeah, some e-commerce. As long as they have the e-commerce site, and we can capture and collect their prices. So before, like last year, CDFG, they didn't really launch their e-commerce yet. Before July, and some of the retailers, they still looking for looking for help, and to let us to help them to display their prices onto our Jessica Secret, because they want to get more exposure to all the Chinese users. So and they will connect us, and they will transfer their pricing data manually, like in spreadsheets, because they didn't really have e-commerce at that moment. So most of our data that are collected from the e-commerce sites, and some partially from the partners. Yeah, they will transfer and update with us regularly.
So they actually send you all the data to be displayed on the app.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Next question is, do you think after COVID-19, when travel restrictions are lifted, there will be revenge shopping, especially for luxury brands, as you have mentioned that most of the customers are searching luxury brands on the app?
Okay. So as I mentioned, we have like a survey said over 60% of the consumers are going to save more in the post COVID-19. However, luxury brands, we all have heard luxury brands, some of the as Chanel and Gucci, those brands, they are having a big raise recently. Yeah. What is the reason behind it? Because they are like losing a lot of revenue during this whole quarantine time, and also plus they have all their raw material, and also the labor force are still getting a lot of like higher and much higher than previous. Definitely, they will need to raise up the prices and to generate more revenue at the moment. So yeah, we still think a lot of people, they will queue up and out of the store before the price raise to purchase that luxury brands. But when the prices are raised already, and I think a lot of people, they will really think about if it's the right time to purchase it right now. So I don't think for the luxury brands at the moment, after the price is raised, they will do some revenge consumption on the luxury brands. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, personally, but yeah, let's see. But we still have a lot of people are very like keen to like purchasing a lot of luxury brands anytime, because they have really strong purchasing capability. But what we are talking about is just like the most general public, the most general all the people, normal people, and like office people in workforce in society in China.
Yeah, that maybe like I don't know, maybe just buy 1 or 2 piece of luxury products.
Yes.
Those people.
Because I also saw the news, and I also heard that a lot of people in Japan and also in Korea, they are queuing up like a long queue and just to waiting for the open of the luxury brands before the price raise. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I also see that in Shanghai. They're actually waiting.
The risk is actually quite dramatic. I mean, this is like a big price raise this time, though.
Yeah. Okay, so next question is, do you have your own domestic bonded warehouse? How can we handle logistics? I think it's about if they have an e-commerce site.
Okay, so for overseas retailers, so if we're going to do this, I think this referring to our cross-border e-commerce. So if we're going to do the cross-border e-commerce site, and then you can really just like you don't really need a bounded warehouse in China or close to China right here. You can just deliver all the products from your local or domestic warehouses. But you definitely need to pay for the tax and all your system, and also the shipping status, and also the your product status will be linked with the customs. So they will track where are your products, where are your packages are delivering to, and where are they at the moment. So they would want to know the whole process, and also you will definitely need to pay for the tax as well.
Yeah, they would want to know it's shipped from overseas instead of from China, because it's like more authentic.
Overseas,
exactly. Overseas products.
Yes.
But I wonder, because if you ship cross-border, then you will need to add tax. Then, well, the price become less competitive because you have add the tax.
Okay, so first of all, when Chinese users, they would like to purchase some products from overseas, and they will firstly think about finding a daigou. But a lot of like Chinese people are doing like things in copy, and we cannot really make sure that which the products that you purchase are original or not. So if you purchase from the overseas cross-border sites, you don't really need to worry about this problem. So secondly, let me take an example with Tai Hai Tao. So Tai Hai Tao right now, if you purchase with a package of up to 260 Chinese yuan, which is not like a big amount, right? And then they will cover the delivery fee. And with the tax, because the local, a lot of like a local products with the prices as their places are not really high. So plus the tax, they won't be that expensive.
They're still competitive, so the price.
Comparing to the prices that you can get from China, from the daigous.
Okay. Does anyone have other questions? I actually have another question, because we know that the government has a new policy about the duty-free, the offshore duty-free policy in Hainan. So I think it's becoming a super popular destination for Chinese tourists, because they can get a super low price in the duty-free shops in Hainan. So how do you think, how do you think this will affect the China's travel retail industry, the travel retail market? The customers, they would rather go to Hainan instead of going to other countries to buy, because they can get maybe lower price there?
Okay, so with all those policies released recently, we can tell definitely, and also I think you have heard it about yesterday, the Wang Fujing, they have been granted with the duty-free license as well, the Wang Fujing group. So we can tell Chinese government is trying to to keep Chinese people and to more consumption in travel retail industry in within China, not globally. So this is also an approach to increase the increase the GDP in China as well. So like let's say if we are going to travel internationally, but I don't think so we will travel internationally in a short time.
Yeah.
We all know the the situation right now globally is not like really ideal to travel. So I think within a short like certain years, and a lot of people will choose to travel to Hainan instead of traveling abroad though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
maybe for a few months this year, like in 2020, people would rather go to
exactly.
Hainan instead of going abroad.
More consumption will be placed over there, will be happened.
Okay. And next question. What's the biggest challenge for your business during this special period? How will you solve it?
Okay. So the biggest challenge for us is like we are losing a lot of like users, and we don't really have a lot of like profit from the business partners. You know, like on advertisements, as I just mentioned, we have a lot, like many brands are doing advertisement on our application. So without all those traveling things happening, we are losing a big parts of our revenue. So what we could do right now is trying to build our 2B services, so which is also our price tracking system into our business partners. So yeah, this is what we are trying to do, and to keep all of our stuff in our company alive.
Actually, the big data service is, I think it's very smart for long-term business, because
Exactly.
that's what retailers and brands, they will always need. And you already have a lot of data and a lot of like users, a lot of retailers figures, so you have this ability to provide this kind of service. And this is exactly what people need, even though no matter their business is good or bad, they will always need the data service, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think so. Yes, it's actually getting like quite like popular, and also a lot of like travel retailers and also the brands are very interested in this too. Yeah, many of them are testing at the moment, right, as well.
Okay. And next question is, do you think since Hainan, China domestic duty-free offer many incentives for cross-border shoppers, will they expect to buy less in Europe?
This is actually a similar question as we just talked about. I think for the short term, I don't think many people are going to travel to Europe or to other countries. But in the long term, let's see, Chinese people are still looking forward to traveling to other countries. Yeah, especially for Europe, because it's had like a most exotic look and also on exotic attractions to Chinese people, and we're still looking forward to traveling over there. So when we travel over there, we definitely need to shop some products over there. For example, L'Oreal, and it's from Europe, and also some other products, domestic products over there, because we think the prices are like more competitive over there. And we all know this is like kind of like a policy over there. So if you purchase something at their domestic destinations, you tend to get like better prices. I still think like for a long term, and Chinese people still are interested in going out and to purchase many other things in Europe. Yes, because we all know that the prices in Europe are very, very competitive.
Yeah, I think long term, people there is still a huge demand for Chinese tourists to go abroad to travel. People can just travel domestically. Like for long term speaking, it's impossible, but maybe for a few months, in this year, in 2020, maybe people would rather stay in China. So where they can buy, then they can only go to Hainan to buy it.
Yes. If they want to purchase like any duty free, they probably need to just go to Hainan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And there is a follow-up question: Is Golden Week long term? Golden Week? October.
Let's see. Golden Week. Right now is
So
June.
we will have 4 months. 4 months to go.
4 months. Personally, I don't really think many people will travel during Golden Week though. They probably, a lot of them, and I'm not saying all of them, but still like a big portion of that people will still choose to stay in China.
Yeah, I think we can't really foresee like how will this, epidemic go in future months because it's really hard to say. We will leave that question to all the doctors and all the scientists.
Exactly.
But yeah, for your business, what you can do is maybe for short term, people go to Hainan people rather go to Hainan to purchase. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you will launch some campaigns for Hainan duty-free shops or brands, or maybe in the long term, you can try thinking of other strategies for the European duty-free shops, European travel retailers.
Yes, and also plus like the political situation is not really like inviting globally right now at the moment. So still like a lot of protesting are going on. I think Chinese people are really quite cautious with that. And with that kind of situation, I don't think many people will choose to travel abroad at the moment or even in the Golden Week. Yeah, but let's see how things will be in a few months though. We hopefully like a lot of people, the whole environment will be improved a lot, and then we can all traveling everywhere.
Yeah, I hope so too. I haven't traveled for like half a year. I think I'm
same to me. Same to
bored.
Thanks, Victor. Yeah, we hope to.
Yeah,
everyone
hope to. Yeah, and maybe one last question. Do you have subsidiary in Europe?
We're sorry to say that we don't. We only have the offices in China, in Beijing, located in Beijing. And probably next year, we actually plan to start an like office in Thailand because we are very close in connection with King Power. But due to the COVID-19, everything has been paused. So yeah, we hopefully we will have the chance to build our subsidiary office in Europe.
Okay. So, but if you have any questions, you can still ask
sure.
Stephie. Yeah, you can still email her. Yeah, if you have any questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Thanks everyone, and thanks Stephie for your sharing, and thank you everyone for staying with us for an hour. So if you have any questions, you can just reach out to Stephie or Jessica's Secret directly. You can email to her, and please stay tuned for our next episode. For our next episode of the China Speed will be in early July. So next episode we'll be talking about indie beauty brands. How can we help international indie beauty brands to enter China market? So please stay tuned. I will send you the invitation through email when we confirm the date. So thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have
Bye.
a good day. Bye. Bye-bye.